Hello everyone, welcome to this second part of our Power BI project. For this second part, we'll be creating film details tab and analytical tabs. For the film details tab, we'll be creating film details, each film details which will include the film name, film title, its description, the genre type, what is the production house, what is its gross value and profit ratio. And for analytical tab, we'll be creating a column chart which will show audience for this Rotten score for top 10 films, a scatter chart which will show year-wise data, pie chart and tree map. Okay, so I hope you will learn something from this project. So without wasting any time, let's start. To create film details tab, first we'll have to group this data. So select everything, right click, go to group and click on group. Okay, now go to view, click on selection tab, rename this as top films and click on hide. Go to insert, click on shape and go to format. Now we don't require selection tab, so select it. Go to format, click on style, use color as white. We don't want border for this. Go to general, for height 443, that's correct. Now take slicer, go to data, from image URL click on image URL. Let's format this. We don't want slicer header and choose style as style. Okay, go to values, go to border, select border color as black and line width as 2. Go to general, go to effects, image is already white, that's what we want. So our slicer is ready. Now we want to show image poster over here, so take a new card and take image URL in data tab, data field, sorry. Now let's format this. Go to images, select first image URL, from image click on image URL, select image URL. Now we can see image is available. Let's format this card. Go to callout, we don't want value, we also don't want label. Okay, let's format this. Go to general, click on effects, we don't want background also. Let's go to card, from here also we don't want background. For border we want 10% darker white. Okay, under cards click on rounded rectangle, select as 8 pixel. Go to general, under properties select height as 416 and width as 285. Now go to cards, we'll remove padding, go to custom, select as 0 0 0. One more thing, go to images and space between image, make it as 0. To show image details, we'll start with the movie title. So click on new card, under measure. So here I have already created this measure, name as film name. I've used selected value as function and then film. So take this. Now you can see the film name. Let's format this. Go to values, click on film name, font as Rebushit, font size as 18. Now I don't want label. Let's format this card. Select all. Under padding, go to custom, select this as 0 0 0 0. Okay. Under background, I don't want background. You don't want border also. In fact, go to alignment. Okay. So go to general. Under properties, select height as 50 and width as 435. Okay. Now go to visuals, card, alignment, select as top. Okay, let's put it over here. Now we want to show audience score percentage and Rotten Tomatoes score percentage. Take new card. For this measure also I have already created audience score percentage, which is over here. I have used selected value so that I can see audience score for that particular film. Now but I want to format this audience score. So to format this, I have created new measure. I have named that as audience score label. So let's take this. You can also format like this. Okay, now let's format this. So here I don't want label. For values, let's format this as font as this, font size as 12. Now go to cards, under padding, we don't want, so let's make it as 0 0 0. Go to background, select as 10% darker, that's correct. For border, select black 60% lighter and width as 3 pixel. Now let's set the height and width. Under properties, select height as 47, width as 551. Width as 441, sorry. Let's format this. Go to alignment, select as top. Height is as 57. Select height as 57. That's right. This is perfect. Now we want to show Rotten Tomatoes score also. So copy this. So for Rotten Tomatoes also I have done the same thing. First I have created a measure for Rotten Tomatoes score, which is over here. Use selected value as function so that I can see Rotten Tomatoes score for that particular film. Okay, which is 3. Then I have formatted this using new measure. as label for Rotten Tomatoes rating. So let's format this. I'll show you how. Click on window and then dot button, select star space. Now I want to show Rotten Tomato score. So Rotten Tomato score, the measure which we have already created, then space Rotten Tomatoes score. Okay, now take this measure, label for Rotten Tomato score. Let's format this. Go to values, font as required, font size as 12. Now one thing, we want to show percentage over here, so we'll have to format this like that. Here and percentage, correct. And for audience score label also here, and we want to show percentage. So 61% audience like this film, 3% Rotten Tomato score. This is looking nice. So one thing we'll do, go to insert, under shape, we'll add this over here. Okay, let's style this, fill this with 10% darker, sorry, border as 10% darker. You can say maybe 2, or let's say we'll choose this one, 60% lighter, that is visible. That's correct. Now what else? Now we want about the movie, so go to insert, click text box, about the movie, font as widget, font size as 14, let's make it bold. Go to effect, I don't want background. Font as height as 40, width as 232. That's correct. Now what else we want? We want to show product description and 4 cards. So for product description, take new card, from our main go to measure, click on new measure, film description is equal to selected value as description, image URL description. Okay. Film description. Now let's format this. Under general, select height as 85 and width as 921. Now I don't want label or values, format as trebuchet and size as 14. I don't want to show border, even the background. And let's turn on extract. Go to cards, under padding, select as custom, make it 0. That's correct. Now let's add a line below so that we can differentiate this. Go to cards, select field description, make padding as 0, 0, 0, 0. Alignment as top. Now you want to show card details, so take a card, new card, genre name. So for that we'll have to create new measure. Go to measure, click on new measure, genre name is equal to selected value as genre. Okay. Comedy, that's correct. Let's format this. Go to general, height as 98, width as 200. Under callouts, value as trebuchet, size as 15 and label as 20, font as trebuchet, below value. For value, make it bold. I think we'll select value as 20 and label as 15. This is looking nice. Let's format this. Select all, under layout, already made. Go to value, select as middle. Now I don't want background for this. Go to cards, no background, no border. Put over here. Okay. Now let's copy this. I want to show production house. So let's click on measure, click on new measure, production studio. Production studio is equal to selected value as lead studio. select my year name, production studio. Let's format this. Go to values. For production studio, font as trebuchet, font size as 20. For label, font as trebuchet, size as 15, position as below value. And let's make this bold. Next, copy this. I want to show gross value. So click on gross value. Let's format this into values. Gross value, select font as trebuchet, font size as 20, make it bold. For label, select font as trebuchet and font as 15, position as below value. Now I want to show profit ratio also. So copy this, profitability, profit ratio. Let's format this, go to values, select font as trebuchet, size as 20, from label, select as trebuchet, as 15. The values make it as bold. For position, label, position as below value. That's correct. Now for label color, select as 40% lighter. What about 20% lighter? I think 40% is lighter. It's good. Now make changes for each label. 40% lighter. That's correct. Now let's set to make it visually presentable. Go to insert, select this, the rotation, select 90%. Go to style. For border, select as 60% lighter. Copy this. Sorry. Here. Copy this. Now let's format this, select everything, correct, select everything, go to format, align as top and distribute as horizontally. And format this, select everything, let's shift the position of it. Okay, select everything. Let's format this as and this looks nice. For film reservation, you can see film title, how many percentage of audience like this film, how many percentage of rating is given from Rotten Tomatoes, film details, genre, production house, gross value and profit ratio. For gross value we can select it as dollars, make it as 0 or 2 decimal points. That's good. This looks nice. One thing over here, so here we can see as soon as I click on filter any movie poster, I can see the filter is also getting filtered. I don't want that. Okay, what we can do, click on slicer. First of all, click this card, Control X. Okay, now click your slicer, go to format, edit interactions, click as done. Now is selected and do Control V so that you can see your cards there only. Format your card, go to format, send to backwards so that you can see all your icons. Now as soon as I click on any movie poster, my image is not getting filtered, but if I click on 2008, I can see all my images are getting filtered. If I click on 2009, all my images are getting filtered. But if I click on image poster from over here, my filter is not getting filtered. I can see image poster over here and its details. Okay, but how about if I go on 2008, I want to show over here as click on film details from below, so that the user, whoever is the user who is using this file, will get an idea what he or she wants to do next. So for that, what we can do, for film titles over here, use a DAX function over here. If is blank, then what do I want to show? I want to show it as cross sign, put it into double inverted comma as cross, okay, and then or else I want to show the movie title. You can see I can over here also mention, oh sorry, that's correct. Now for here I want to show it as, please select fill from below. So is blank. If is blank, that means if this value is blank, I want to show, please select fill from below. And when it is not blank, I want to show the film details. See, here to make it interesting, I can add icon also. So since I am mentioning it as please, so for that icon, what we can do, click on window dot, insert this emoji. Please select from below. So for below, we can mention, we can select arrow also, this one. So you can see arrow also. Now for genre name, since it is blank, I want to show it as cross sign. So we'll again use the same formula. If is blank, when this value is blank, I want to show cross sign. Click on window, then dot, I want to show it cross sign. If it is not blank, I want to show the genre name. Click on enter. See, I can see genre name is blank, it's not shown. For production house also same. If is blank, if this value is blank, I want to show cross sign. when it is not blank, I want to show the production house name. That's correct. So for gross value also we will do the same. It is blank, I want to show it as gross, or else show me this value for production. For profit ratio also, if is blank, this value is blank, I want to show cross sign. If it is not blank, I want to show the profit ratio value. Now you can see, as soon as I click on 2009, it says oh, then for about the movie please select film from below. But here you can see gross value and profit ratio is also showing as cross sign. So let's filter this, let's format this. For that, what we can do, first of all, group this. Okay, take it over here. Sorry. Okay, select your filter panel, go to format, edit interactions. I don't want, whenever I select 2009 or 2010, I don't want all this value to get filtered. Okay, for 2007, so I can see now, as soon as I click on any movie poster, I can see the values are getting filtered over here. I don't want that. I want only the filter to get affected over here in this area, not for this 4 cards. So select this. Now first of all, what we'll do for filter panel, we'll do Ctrl X so that we can see over here the details. Go to format, click on edit interaction. We don't want value to get filtered, so click on none. Okay, all 74 films are available. Now do Ctrl V so that we can see filter panel over here. Okay, now click over here, click on slicer, go to format, edit interactions. Please don't format this. So let's format this. It's correct. So now whenever I click on 2008, it will show me this select film from below. For 2008, total 19 films are there, and total 5 genre is there. For 2008, the gross value was 3.54 thousand, profit ratio is 154.59. And if I want to check film wise, let's say for movie Mamma Mia, I can see its gross value is 609, but this gross value is not affecting over here. So for this particular film, the gross value is 609. So this is how our second page is created. It's look nice, right? For 2009, we select fill from below, complicated, the invention of line. I can see all the details, right? For the movie proposal, okay, I can see the audience score, movie name, best details for 2010. Okay. So we are done with third page, and we'll start with the last page, which is analytical part. Now we will start with our last tab, analytic 1. Before that, we will group film details tab. So select everything. Description, cards, filter, and the shape. Right click, go to group and click on group. Now go to view tab, click on selection. You can see group 3, double click on it and rename it as film details. Okay. Now to create analytical tab, first we will be showing audience versus Rotten Tomatoes rating percentage for top 10 films year wise. So take a clustered column chart, go to measures. Here we have already created a measure, total audience score, calculated using sum. We have calculated total audience score. Same applies for Rotten Tomato score. We can use this, create this measure to calculate to compare ratings. Now take audience scores and Rotten Tomato scores, and for film details. Now you can see only for the film 1 day it is showing. It is because in slicer we have selected 1 day film. So what we'll have to do, double click on the slicer, go to format, click on edit interactions, and then click on none for the clustered column chart. Now you can see all films details are available. So what we can do, we can hide this column, film details. Now we don't require that. Hide it. Hold on. Go to format, click on edit interactions. Okay, now I've already created shapes. You can see over here analytical tabs. I'll simply click on unhide. So just right click on it and ungroup it. So I've actually used shape from the insert tab, the rectangles one. You can create these shapes from use height as 323 for the first shape and width as 920. For the second shape you use height as 263 and width as 437. For third shape you can use height as 263 and width as 461, and for the last shape you can use height as 597, width as 367. So let's format this. So we want to show data for top 10 films. So go to filters, under film, select basic to top n, top 10 and value by. So we want to show it by gross value, highest gross value. So gross value here and apply. Okay. You can also sort this by films, ascending order. Okay, now let's format this. So for height we can select as 312 and width as 883. Now select the chart and select the shape. Go to format, click on align, align center, align middle. That's correct. Okay. Now let's format our chart. X-axis we don't want, title, font as reduce. For the y-axis we don't want title. For the values, font as trebuchet, size as 9. Legend can keep it top center. For columns, total audience score, go to colors, more colors and select color as hashtag 00BCD4. And for Rotten Tomato score, select color code as 3F51B5. Correct. Now I don't want to show grid lines. Go to general. For title we'll have to show, for title we'll have to create new measure, because I want as soon as I click on 2007 I want to show year as 2007. If I click on 2008 I want to show it as 2008. So go to measure, click on new measure, rename this as chart title is equal to audience versus Rotten Tomatoes rating percentage for top 10 films year and year space and year selected year. Okay. So now go to title. For the chart, go to title, click on conditional formatting, select measure as chart title. Click on OK. See, if I click on 2007, it will show audience versus Rotten Tomatoes rating percentage for top 10 films year 2007, for 2008, for 2009, 2010 and 2011. Now let's format this. click on chart, go to visuals, switch on data labels, go to values, click font as Trebuchet. That's correct. Now go to general, select font for title as Trebuchet and font size as 12. This is correct. Moving on to our next chart, which is total films released and their gross value. For that we will be creating scatter chart, gross value, total films and profit ratio, and sum of year. Now let's format this. For the y-axis, I want minimum range to be as 1000 and maximum as 4000. Okay. Now here you can see I am not able to see all my years over here. Okay. Take year on your x-axis, gross value on your y-axis. In tool tips, select total, keep total films and profit ratio. Now you will not be able to see each year wise data, so for that what you can do, go to Hollywood movies table, click on year and select summarization as don't summarize. Okay, and you still won't be able to see each year, so for that what you can do, go to view tab, click on selection and unhide film details tab. Okay, now what you have to do, double click on your slicer, go to format, click on edit interactions, and for the scatter chart you will have to click on none, so that it will show year wise data for the scatter chart. Now click on edit interaction again, okay, and unhide this film details tab. Okay, now let's format this. Go to visualization, under general, select height for scatter chart as 265 and width as 407. Now click on shape, select scatter chart also, go to format, under align select align center, align middle. Okay, we can reduce height and increase weight also. So height, keep it as 262, width as 410. Now select shape, go to format, align center, align middle. What we can do, we can reduce height some more, 255, maybe 255 is fine, and width as 415. Select shape, format, align center, align middle. That's correct. Select this group. Now in this situation you can see your shape has moved a little bit, so what you can do, you can select both the chart and shape, click on and group it, and then you can format this. Just select everything, that's it, and if you want you can ungroup it. Now let's format this. For y-axis, I don't want title, values to show in none. That's correct. format as trebuchet. Line is fine. For the x-axis, select type as categorical. Now you can see for 2007 profit ratio is 44.64. Total 11 films were there. 2008, in the year 2008 total 19 films were released. Its profit ratio is gross value. Let's format this. Let's format the title, total film released and their gross value. So rename this title as total films released and their gross value. Font as our trebuchet and font size as 12. I don't want to show background. Okay. Now for grid lines, for markers, color as minimum as BCD4 and maximum as 3F5 1B5. Here's our count. Correct. Width we can increase if you want. Border width. Fine. Space between categories is fine. I don't want legend. For y-axis we can keep the value in 1000. Here you can see year wise data for total films released and their gross values. Okay. For chart also I don't want background to be on. Moving on to our next chart, which is total genre released. But I want to show it in pie chart, sorry, donut chart. So genre and total genre. Again, I am able to see only for romance genre. So what I will have to do, go to view, click on selection, unhide film details tab, double click on slicer, go to format, click on edit interaction and click on none for donut chart. Now I can see each genre count. Now again click on edit interaction. Let's hide this film details tab. Now let's format this. What is the height for this? Height is 255 and width is 415. Height is 255. So let's select height for donut chart as 255. Let's format this. Go to view, click on selection. Okay, I don't want to show legend. Okay, for data labels, I don't want data labels. Okay, for colors, animation, I want to use color as FF9800. For comedy, use color as FFEB3B. Okay. For drama, use color as 3F51B5. For romance, use color as E91E63. That's correct. Rename this title as total genre release. Font as reduce it. Size as 12. Okay, remove background. Now let's format this. Now take matrix, genre and its genre count. Okay, now same process. Go to view, click on selection tab, unhide film details tab, double click on slicer, go to format, okay, double click on slicer, go to format, click on edit interaction and just select none for matrix. That's it. Now hide film details tab. Now let's format this. Okay, go to title, for values we want to show it as format as font as reduce it, size as 9. Okay, column subtotal I don't want row subtotal also. Go to layout and select style as minimal. That's correct. Width as 2. Okay, column header, reduce it, 10 is fine for this. Go to general, under effects, switch off the effects background. Let's format this. Select shape, select table, select shape, align middle. That's correct. Right. Control Z. That's correct. Now moving on to our last chart, which is tree map. So Let's select tree map. What do we want to show? We want to show it as total production by lead studio. So lead studios and total production. I think I will have to create that measure. Lead studio, click on measure, new measure, total production studios is equal to calculate sum of lead studios. I'm so sorry, here we don't want sum, we want count of lead studios. So just now select total production studios. Now you will be able to see your production studios count. In case you are not able to see, so just go to view, click on selection tab, unhide your film details tab, select your slicer and make sure the film is selected, and then click on slicer, then go to format, click on edit interaction, and then for the chart click as none, and then unhide your film details tab, click on edit interactions. That's it. Okay, let's format this tree map. For tree map we can select height as 608. That is too much, so I think go to general properties, 580 is fine. And width as 384. 84 would be too much, so width as 358. That is correct. Now let's format this tree map. I don't want to show category labels. I can show category, no, I don't want to show category labels. I can show data labels. Font as distribution, size as 10 is fine. Okay, let's format the title. Select font as distribution, size as 12. I don't want to show background. Okay. For colors, so for fox I want to show color as 002147. For independent I want to show color as 00BCD4. For Warner Bros, color as FDB B30. And for Disney, color as 113CCF. For Sony, select color as D3DC90. For Summit, color as 008EEF. For New Line, color as B1AC. K. For Paramount, 1D. 4E89. For new line we can select color as black, simply black. And for this company Winston 118 DFF. For Universal select as 0057A6. Okay, now select year 2010, and for 2010 we have the production studios which were not present for the year 2008. So Independent was there, Warner Bros was there, Disney was there, Fox was there, Summit was there, CBS wasn't there. So for CBS I want to select color as 00B1E1. And for Lionsgate select color as 002B45. Paramount was there, Sony was there, Winston was there, Universal was also there. Okay, now we have formatted this, which is looking nice. So for 2007 we can see audience score was high for the film Across the Universe, and for Rotten Tomatoes it was for Enchanted film. And for the year 2008 total 19 films were released, which is showing high. And for 2010 also year wise we can see film details, its gross value and profit ratio. And for 2007 total 2 genres was released, which was comedy and romance. Now you can see for comedy it was 1, total genre was 1, and romance was also 1 for 2008 and 2009. Okay, so year wise you can see genre count, and for tree map you can see for 2008 what we can do, we can select our data label, data category also, so that we can see for 2008 Fox Studio total 3 films were produced, and by Independent total 3 were produced, and for Universal only 1 was produced. So this is how we have created our analytical part. So now it's time to create tab. Now we will have to create buttons. To create button, go to insert, from buttons click on blank. Let's format this, rename this blank button as top films, font as Trebuchet, font color as black. Okay, now copy this button, rename this button as film details. Again copy this button and rename this button as Analytics. Now select all 3 buttons, go to format, distribute horizontally. Okay. Now go to view, click on selection pen, click on top films. Now you can see this button is automatically get selected. Double click on it, rename this button as top films. Now click on film details button, rename this button as film details. Click on this button analytics, double click here, rename this as analytics. Okay, now select all 3 buttons, right click, group rename this as inactive buttons. Okay, now copy all three buttons and paste. Now we will have to keep this group data on it. Like this. Okay, and go to format, okay, in selection pane, first what we'll do, select this, okay, this one. Now select, double click on top films, select font color as white. Now double click on film details, select font color as white, and for analytics also white. Okay, and now rename this group as active buttons. Okay, now keep it on inactive buttons. Select this, move it on active buttons, and go to format, send to back. That's correct. Okay, now go to top films data, hide analytics. Now here you will not be able to see the film details. That is because the filter is applied over here. So for that, what we will have to do, just ungroup this, click on top films and ungroup it. Okay, now hold on, do Control Z. Okay, just unhide top films data and unhide film details and ungroup film details tab. Okay, now select everything from film details but not the slicer. Okay, and just click on hide. Okay, now unhide top films tab. Now select slicer, go to format, edit interactions, and just click on filter as none for each card. Okay, for card also. Now you can see year wise the top 10 films. That's correct. Now hide your slicer. Okay, hide top 10 films, show, click on show, hide top films, hide analytics, and now group this tab. Okay, right click, group, rename this as film details. Okay, now we have all three buttons, active buttons and inactive buttons. Okay, top films, film details, analytics, active buttons, inactive buttons. Now let's apply some rules over here so that when we click on top films, it will show the data of top films. When we will click on film details, it will show data for film details. and same apply for analytics. So just go to view, click on bookmark, click on add bookmark for film details, add, rename this as analytics. Okay, now I want to show top films. I don't want to show film details tab. Okay, and from active buttons I want to show top films tab but not film details and analytics. Okay, now go to top films, update it. Okay, and for film details, now I want to hide top films. I want to show film details tab, and from buttons I want to hide top films and I want to show film details. You can see as soon as I click and hide top films, the buttons becomes white color. So when it is in white, it will show me the film details tab, and all these buttons will get in coloring, will get in black colors. So just go to film details, click on update. Now for analytics, I don't want to show top films tab. Okay, I don't want to show film details tab. Okay, I want to show analytics part and analytics button. So just hide analytics button. Just go here, click on update. That's correct. Now select each button, go to visualization, double click on top films, go to action, select bookmark, select bookmark as top films, double click on top film details, bookmark film details. For analytics, okay, hide this button. Now click on analytics, go to action, bookmark, analytics. Okay, now select active buttons, okay, hide this, select film details. Now select film details tab, action, bookmark, film details. Now for top films, action, bookmark, top films. And for analytics, action, bookmark, analytics. Okay, now as soon as I click on top films, it will take me to top films tab. As soon as I click on film details, it is taking me to film details tab. As soon as I click on control plus analytics, it is taking me to analytics tab. Seems nice, right? So our dashboard is created. Let's do some formatting. So let's click on top films. I want to show these numbers, values in red colors, and see all also in red color. Okay, that is done. Let's format these buttons. Okay, border, no border. For analytics also no border. For top films also no border. No border. Double click on top films. No border. Double click on analytics. No border. Right. So as soon as I click on top films, I can see your top film details. Click on film details. You can see border is there. For inactive, active button, double click on it. Go to style. Remove border. Top films no border. Film details no border. Analytics no border. So yes, this is how we have created our dashboard. So finally our dashboard is created. One last thing, you can see when we click on film details, it will show record of each films, right? Production studio 20th century. Yes, so what we can do, some changes over here. I want to show the production name, full production name. We'll have to do some formatting. Go to transform data for 20th century and for Winston company. Rename this company for 20th century. Just copy this, select lead studio, replace values to replace 20th century to 20th century. And for the Winston company, copy Winston company, click on lead studio, replace value, replace to Winston. Okay, just close and apply. Now we can see the production name is visible, right? For 2010 also it is visible. 2009 also everything is visible. For analytics, the page is also visible. So yes guys, thank you for being a part of it. I hope you have got to learn so many things from it, and I'm happy that I was a part of it. So thank you.